The next element of process of communication is the message. So, message is the central or important subject of communication. It is the piece or bit of information or an idea that the sender wants to convey to the receiver. So, the message is the idea, thought, or the information which the sender wants to share with the receiver. The message can be in three forms. Either it can be oral, so the sender can send the message by speaking it, or you can send the message by writing it, or by body language, or by giving some signals or symbols. Okay, so it is through message that the sender shares information with receivers or audience. So now I'm talking with you guys, right? So I'm talking, so the words I am speaking is the bit of information which I am sharing with you guys. So this is the message I am giving you. Okay, I am sharing the information. I am the sender and you are the receiver. Okay, so the message is the important subject of communication. So because any message, or because if you have nothing to talk, you cannot talk, right? You cannot send any message to the receiver if you have no information to share, or if you have no idea to share, or if you have no message to share. So you can send a blank message, but it has no meaning, right? The sender will not understand what you are trying to speak unless you use proper words, unless you encode the message in such a way that the receiver may understand it. Clear? So message is the important subject of communication which the sender sends to the receiver. And the next element is channel. So channel is the medium or a way through which the message is transmitted. So man can use many kinds of channels of communication. He can use language to speak, he can use symbols, etc., right? So with this, he communicates with his fellow beings, friends, colleagues, family members, etc. So the channel of communication may be of any kind, such as the oral, written, or body language. So what way or what method you use to convey your message is known as channel. So it is the medium, or it is the path or a way through which the message is transmitted. Either you make a telephone call, either you speak, either you send messages, or you email, you write a letter. Whatever method you use to communicate is known as channel. Clear? The next one is the receiver. So receiver is the person or audience who receives a message from the sender. Receiver is the person with whom the sender communicates, and receiver receives the message sent by sender. He reads it, and he understands it. So the process of understanding the message received by the sender is known as decoding. So as the sender encodes the message in such a way that the receiver may understand it, in the same way the receiver receives the message and he or she decodes it. So decode means it is a process in which the receiver interprets our encoded symbols to get the meaning of the message. So receiver receives the message and then he reads it or sees it. Then he understands or interprets it. So the process of understanding or interpreting the message is known as decoding. So brain and sensory organs, namely ears and eyes, are helpful in decoding the message. So the receiver may see the message and he understand it. Then through eyes the message is decoded. If the receiver hears, then the message is decoded with the help of ears. A listener or a receiver interprets our sound or speech falling on his ears, then he decodes it. So decoding is the process in which the receiver reads and understands the message. Okay, and the last one is feedback. So feedback is the response of the receiver or listener to the message. So feedback is very important. It is only through feedback the sender comes to know that whether the receiver correctly understood his message or not. So giving feedback is very important, or receiving feedback is very important to the sender, because unless and until the receiver gives feedback, the sender will never understand that the message has been understood by the receiver, right? So now I am talking with you guys. Unless you give feedback, I will not understand that whether you have listened to my message and you have understood it or not. So okay, let us take an example to understand this process of communication, or the elements used in process of communication. Okay, the example may be that you want to text your friends to watch a movie, to call them to watch a movie. Okay, so you want to text or message your friends. So you have a thought that you have an idea of watching movie with your friends. So right, you are the sender in this context. Clear? So you think that you want to watch movie with your friends. So this is your idea, and you have to convert your idea into an understandable statement, right? So you want to convert your idea, you want to convert your thought in such a way that the receiver may, or your friends may understand it. Clear? So you are encoding the message. So you are converting your idea into an understandable simple language where your friends will understand what you are telling. So this is known as decoding. So you are the sender, encoding. So you are the sender and you have converted your idea into words. So you encoded that thing, and then you message. So you text your friends that you want, let's watch movie today, or let's watch a movie tomorrow. So you have sent the message to your friends. So you want to send the message to your friends. Okay, so you have the subject to communicate with your friends now. So what channel or what medium will you use to communicate with your friends? Either you want to call them, or either you want to send WhatsApp message or any other direct message with your friend, or you want to write an email, etc. So you then decide the medium or the channel of communicating. Clear? Then you send your message. Then the receiver receives the message. Your friends receive the message you have shared with them. So as soon as they receive, they see what you have sent them. So when they see, they understand it. So they read the message and then they understand it. That is known as decoding. After receiving your message and decoding it, your friends give feedback to you, right? So they express their opinion about your suggestion or idea. So either they want to watch movie with you, or either they are busy, or they are not unable to watch, or either they want to come join with you, etc. So your friends give a response to your message, or they give feedback to your message. Clear? So these are the channels of these are the elements of process of communication. But sometimes there may be some errors, or there may be some barriers while communicating. For example, in a classroom, noise may be a barrier for the teacher to communicate with you. If students are talking in class while teacher is teaching, then it is a barrier in classroom communication. The students who are listening and the teacher who is speaking may get distracted. So noise is a barrier in communication. Sometimes technology may also be a barrier. Sometimes phone calls may not connect. Sometimes network issues may arise, or sometimes the electricity may disconnect. So these are the barriers in communication in the process of communication. Clear?